Hi, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I will set up project folder for a real responsive website. So let us get started. Okay, this is the folder for small business web page. This is the project we have been developing in the previous section of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery and Bootstrap framework. We can take advantage of this folder structure. It has folder for CSS, for images and for JavaScript. We already have Bootstrap framework configured with this folder structure, so we can take advantage of this folder structure. So let us rename it with Loso. Loso, this will be the name of our real responsive project. Inside Loso, let us remove the unnecessary images. In the CSS folder, we need both bootstrap.min.css because we will be using Bootstrap framework and style.css. And in the GS folder, we also need jQuery library. So we already have jQuery library downloaded and configured with this folder, and we already need bootstrap.min.js. So almost everything is configured in this folder structure. Let me open this folder in the brackets editor. But before I add this folder structure to the brackets editor, we need the content for Loso project. Let us move the content for the Loso project. This is the content. Think of it that this is the content the client has provided to you. We have the images for this real responsive project. Let me copy it all and move it to the Loso folder. Okay, I think we only need images at this point, and this would be the content we will be using for our project. This is just, you can think of the content the client has provided. It has some dummy content, but we will be using this content, this text, for our real responsive web project. Okay, let us get started. I will open this Loso project in the brackets editor. Open folder, and on desktop I have this folder. Okay, let us open the index.html file. We have some unnecessary markup. Let us remove the unnecessary. I think all of the markup in the body section, we need to remove it, so we can start build the real responsive website from scratch. And let me rename the title for this project. It would be Loso simple, clean and responsive website. This would be the title for this project. Okay, let me add some additional meta tags. This is the meta tag. It will tell the browser to encode some special characters. Let us add meta tag for viewport. Let me write it first, then I will explain what this meta tag is for. This meta tag, the viewport element, gives the browser instruction on how to control the page dimension and scaling. The device width part sets the width of the page to follow the screen width of device, which will vary depending on the device, and the initial scale part sets the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded by the browser. So it is very important to add this meta tag for responsive websites. Okay, one thing, let me fix it. It is not dash, it is equal. Width equal to device dash width. Okay, now it is fine. Now moving forward, let me move these JavaScript files to the body section at the bottom. It is a good practice to add these scripts at the bottom of body tag because it will increase the page speed. Let me add some comments. Bootstrap JavaScript, because these files belongs to Bootstrap. Okay, let's start adding some other resources like Google Fonts and Font Awesome and Fab icons. For this project we need two types of Google Fonts, and we can easily add it through the Google Fonts website. So let us start adding the Google Font. Okay, this is the website of the Google Fonts, and we can easily add Google Fonts from this website. So the first font we need is the Railway. This is the font I need. Let us click on this button, quick use, and these are the all styles for this fonts, and let us filter the style for this. Let us add 300, all of these, 400, let us add 800, and let us add this 900 too. Okay, I just need to copy this link and paste it to the header section of Loso index.html file. That's it. Okay, let us search for the second Google font we need for this project, which is Source Sans Pro. Quick use. I would need 400, and let us add 600, 700 too, and 900. So, and let us copy the link for this one too and paste it here. Let me add comments for these Google Fonts, and it would be a good practice if we move it above CSS resources. After that, I will add the Fab icon. We have Fab icon provided by the client. Let us add the Fab icon. Link relation, it would be icon, and type would be image PNG, and href would be images, and then we have Fab icon. Okay, so now we have added our Fab icon, Google Fonts, and now we need to add Font Awesome. Let me visit the Font Awesome website. Okay, this is the website of Font Awesome. We need this Font Awesome because we will be using these fonts as an icon in our project. It is a very great resource. You can see all of the icons here. So we will be using these fonts in our real responsive web project. So let us get downloading. I will download it. So it is downloading now. Okay, this is the, just one second. This is the zip file I ended up with for Google for Font Awesomes. Let me extract it. So this is the extracted form. I need the fonts folder and fontawesome.min.css file. These are the two things I need at this stage. Let me copy the fonts and move it to the Loso project. I will paste it here at the root directory, and the second I need the CSS file, font-awesome.min.css file. Let me move it to the CSS folder. Let us link this font.awesome.min.css into the Loso file. I will add it here, link relation. The relation for this would be style sheet also. Style sheet, sorry. Okay, and href and CSS and then font awesome. Let me add comments for this style sheet also. This is font awesome. Okay, so at this point we have added fonts, we have added fav icon, we have added font awesome, and let us work on style.css. I think we don't need these styles, so we will start from scratch. So let me remove it and add some basic styling. Steric, this is for all elements. Margin 0. Margin 0 will be applied to all of the elements on the page. It will basically reset all of the elements with padding 0 and margin 0. And let us apply some rule set to the body element. We just added Google Fonts, so let us add the Google Fonts to style.css, and I would say railway, and if railway is not available then sans serif fonts will be used. This is the font we just added in our index.html file. Let me show it to you. This one, railway. So we will be using these two fonts in the style.css for this project. And let us say our flow y, our flow y should be scroll. This is vertical, and our flow x would be hidden. So anything on the horizontal side which will overflow will be hidden. Let us add some font size to the paragraph. Font size, it should be 14. We are already using Bootstrap framework, so which will take responsibility for all of the typography, so we don't need to add some more general CSS because the bootstrap.css will take all of the responsibility. So this was setting up the project. So we have all the resources, we have the fonts linked to this style index.html file, we have favicon icon, and we have added the font awesomes. I think we can start adding HTML markup for the header section in the next lecture. See you there. Thanks.